Hi guys, welcome to another video with me, Crazy Skin Dog, and today we have the footage of our first race. So the previous video was qualifying, and if you've seen that then you'll know that obviously we weren't very fast. We qualified 11th and last, so here we are back of the queue. It's going to be a rolling start this evening. Never done one of those either before, so lots to learn all around. So here we go, we're off. And so the lights are going to go green at any point, basically. We're not going to start on the start-finish line. We're going to follow the leader around, and the marshals will turn the lights green at any point, and then that's it, off you go. So we're just trying to stay as close as possible without being too close. We're going to speed up here and catch up to the train. So we start to drop off the back of the train, so we're going to speed up. But now we get to the tight, twisty bit, and it all kind of clunks up, and we have to hit the brakes. And then that obviously is when the lights go green, so we've instantly lost third half of a second on the guy in front. But we're going to try our best to just stick on the back of them, not fall off too quickly. Obviously we were 2 seconds off the pole lap, but hopefully once the race is underway, everybody's kind of fighting each other, holding each other up, we can stay on the back. And you can see we've done that this lap. We're still with the guys, and actually at the end of this lap we'd caught up a third of a second on the guy in front on the timing screens, but yeah, not close enough to challenge at all. So yeah, we're looking like we're falling off a little bit, but we'll see what goes on. We're just going to keep it clean, keep going. We're fast around this bottom section, we know what we're doing. Weren't too sure on the kart, but you never are you? So yeah, we're gonna sweep around the hairpins, see what's going on, see if we can catch up. So there we are, we're back on the back of them. So we're just basically hoping that the guys in front, arguing between themselves for positions, are going to trip over each other and give us an opportunity. We're slow around that first hairpin, that's the start finish straight into that hairpin, and then the second hairpin at the top of the hill. We're slow around there, and that's where we're losing a lot of time. You can see how much distance we've lost to the car in front already. But we're just going to keep plugging away, learning each lap, and yeah, just enjoying ourselves. Really, our first race. We've managed to keep out of trouble. We've not made any mistakes so far, other than getting caught out on the rolling start. But yeah, so now we're just going to settle down, get some consistent laps in, try not to mess up too bad, and just stay on the back of the guys in front. And as you can see, we're doing that at the moment. They've not pulled away from us at 2 seconds a lap and disappeared off into the distance. We're staying relatively steady. They're maybe pulling a tenth a lap, and maybe we pull it back the next lap. Here we go then, back round the hairpin and up the ramp. And yeah, again, we're losing lots of time there, so that's where we're really missing out. We're having to then spend the rest of the lap catching up. And this corner around the long, never-ending left-hander, really hard to get right. Lots of squealing, lots of sliding, just a struggle all round really. So we're gonna keep going here. People have started entering the pits already, some nice early pit stops, so we actually start making some positions up. Obviously we'll lose those again later when we pit ourselves, but we're probably going to leave it quite late once we start to see the blue flags, I think, or people catching up to us. We'll get out of the way. And here we go, here's that chaos that we were hoping to capitalise on. Unfortunately we dropped just too far back, and we weren't right in the mix to capitalise like the guy in front did. But now they made a mistake, we're back on the back of them, so we're going to just try and stick with them, learn some lines. Looking over my shoulder there, because the guy's coming out of the pits, I think the leader actually pitted on like lap 3 or something, so he's right on the back of me again. Didn't come out too far behind me, and then is caught straight up with the bit of clear air in front of him. And so now he's on the back of us. We're we're gonna try and not hold him up too much. Don't want to be the guy at the back that holds up the leader and costs him the win. But yeah, so we're just going to stick on the back of these guys. We're not falling off too quickly at the moment, and whilst they're all fighting over position, we're going to just try and get closer to them, see if we can sneak an overtake. Cheeky one it would be at that. But yeah, so we're just getting some experience at this point, learning, working out the lines. And around the corner here we actually get a nice big slide, and we lose a lot of time, meaning that the leader is now right on the back of us, can hear his tyres screeching and his engine rumbling behind us. So we're just going to try and push as fast as we can to catch up, and try not to lose too much more time to the guys in front whilst we are doing so. So as you can see, someone in the pits pretty much every lap so far. So we're thinking about our pit. We're in the middle of some traffic. We're having some fun, so we don't want to pit yet. Come back now, open air, and then that be it for the race. So we're just going to try and enjoy some battling so far, racing, close to other karts before they pull too far away and we're just left at the back. And so here we go, a new lap. We're coming round the hairpin, and we actually get a nice speed boost from behind there. Turns out I was using the brakes far too much on that hairpin. Most of the other guys just tapping them and chucking the kart in. I was full blown braking like I do into the first of the hairpin section on the lower level. It turns out you don't need to brake very much at all. So that's where I was losing a whole chunk of time. So that was a handy learning point, getting a boost up the ramp there. And yeah, we've started to kind of fall off the back here. We're just kind of rolling around, watching the guys ahead, learning the lines they're using, seeing if we can improve some of our own lines. We had done a 15-minute qualifying session before this, remember, and now we are, a good 5-10 minutes into this race. So fatigue is already starting to play a part. And as you can see, we're getting a lot of slide around the hairpin, and our pole qualifier was slotted right up the inside of us really easily there. He's much faster than us, taking that hairpin much faster. So yeah, we'll just see how we can go. Stick on the back of him, and surprisingly he's not just kind of disappeared off into the distance. We're slow coming down this ramp as well. As I said in the quali video, that's quite a scary one to go down. Requires a lot of commitment, and I didn't quite have that during the race. So yeah, now we got some more guys coming up behind. We can see just out the corner of the screen there as we're going around the hairpins. So hopefully we're just going to be fast enough for them to not be irritated at us, and hopefully we don't hold them up too much, because there's not much real chance of us overtaking anybody. But we'll find out at the end where my finishing position was. But yeah, so we're as I say, just plugging away, finding how it's going, enjoying our time on track, just learning basically. That's all this first race was about, having some fun and learning. I now know how rolling starts work. I now know how the pit stop works. Again, somebody in the pits this lap. I think now these guys are on the back of me, I was starting to think it's time to pit. Don't want to be in the way too much. And yeah, the guys in front there having a bit of a fight, so actually we might catch up a little bit. Yeah, we caught up a lot of time there. Having a little bit of an argument about who needs to be in front, and we're going to get a sniff again at some karts ahead. But again, I'm too slow to catch up to them on clean laps, so they're just going to stay that distance unless one of them really makes a serious mistake. And it's like, it's a chance of it. It's not very likely, but there is always a chance. And we'll keep plugging away. Not going to give up. We want to manage the whole race, last the whole race, and the whole 25 minutes of it. See where we come out at the end. Maybe we'll overtake someone. Oh, we got a yellow flag, and actually that's because the guy who qualified in 10th, you may have seen him when we were coming down the hill. He managed to plant his kart sideways in the pit entry. So he's coming down the ramp a bit hot, wanting to get all the speed he can into the pit entry, and taking it a bit too hot. It's quite a tough corner, especially when you're entering the pits. And just spun the kart right around, got himself stuck in the pits. And I've fighting those guys, didn't see them until last second. I put myself into the barriers a bit there, and they are past me very easily. So we have a chance of beating one guy at least after he got himself stuck in the pits. That give us a chance to make some time and distance upon him. And here I come in from my pit. There we go, slap the big red button, lights flashing red. Some of the karts were kind of heat popping, so one of the marshals was on hand just to make sure you didn't stall. Lift up my visor a little bit for a bit of fresh air. Nice clear track now. Most of the guys, I think I was up to 6th on the timing charts because half the field had pitted by the time I took my pit. And at this point there's no one in sight ahead for us to catch up to, no one behind to pass us. So we'll probably just flash forward a little bit, because now this is just going to be like a practice session basically for me, rolling around on my own, trying to learn these lines, work out where I'm going right, where I'm going wrong, and yeah, just generally figuring out what's going on. Okay guys, so here we're a bit later on in the session, and yeah, I've been booting around on my own for a while, practicing basically, just enjoying some time on the track, learning the 1,000-meter layout a bit, and yeah, finally the leaders are on the back of me. They were consistently faster than me, so it was almost inevitable they'd catch me up at some point. So yeah, we discussed blue flags before the session, and we agreed that the big long straight here was the easiest place to do it. So as I come round, I see the blue flag, acknowledge it with the marshal, slow right down, let the guys through, and then we come round the long left sweeping left-hander, and actually one of the other guys has got up, so we just get out of his way as well, and we get a thanks to the marshal from him, and then we're back off, try and plug away, see if we can keep hold of our 10th place from the spin into the pit lane. I think we get another guy past us there, we let him through, and yeah, we're kind of almost in the middle of the field again at this point, but can't race them, not allowed, rightfully so. I'm much slower. They've managed a whole lap more than me so far at this point, so yeah, not going to be mad or sad or moan about that at all, and we're yeah, just going to let them through and then plug away for the last of the session. By this point I was absolutely dead, just no energy. I drank so much water in between the two sessions, but just so exhausted, so worn out. The heat from the karts is insane. By this point my back is literally roasted, and yeah, actually I ended up with a pretty bad we let someone else through there as we see them coming up on us. Yeah, actually ended up with a pretty bad kind of friction / heat burn on my back, which has ended up scabbing over and being quite painful, especially when I went on the Sunday after this session, and yeah, it rubbed on the seat all session. So need to sort out some protective gear to cover my back, keep that from getting too damaged. Kind of painful, a bit messy, but lots of fun. And yeah, by this point I'm starting to even struggle keeping my body upright, keeping my head upright. It's really surprising how physical karting in general is, and then especially once you add in the downhill as well, and this circuit is just constant. Like you see there, I thought someone was behind me, where I just lost concentration, become so tired that I'd actually just hammered the accelerator far too hard, far too early, and put myself into the barrier on the outside. Yeah, that was not a very fast lap. I think I lost something like 5 seconds to the guy behind in that lap alone. But yeah, so we're just going to keep plugging away. At this point I'm just determined to finish the race. I'm not gonna give in, not gonna, you know, think, oh well, it was fun, but I'm not going to finish it. No, I was determined at this point, last or not, I was gonna finish the whole 25 minutes of the race, and see where I ended up. And yeah, so just keep plugging away, and we'll see in a moment. I'll probably flash forward to the end of the race, because again, nobody behind me, nobody in front of me. The field's lapped me now. And so yeah, we're back in clean air. The guy behind was catching me pretty quickly, kind of a second a lap, but he was something like 14 seconds a lap, 14 seconds behind, sorry, and he ended up 4 seconds behind. So yeah, he caught up a lot of time in a very short number of laps, but luckily I was far enough ahead to keep that position, as we're sliding all over the place, getting very tired and just exhausted. But it was so much fun. I can't wait for the next one. It was a great event put on by the guys at Absolute Karting, and yeah, going to try and get some 1,000-meter layout practice sessions in, so that I can get my laps somewhere respectable. I don't want to be 2 seconds off the pole time. So we'll see if for next session I can make it a 1.5 seconds. Why not? We'll go for half-second chunks each race, I think, until we're within a second. And then we'll maybe reassess that. But yeah, we need to get some practice in on the 1,000 meter layout, so I need to book some sessions for that and learn. There's a lot of left-hander, and yeah, it's challenging, but obviously just need to practice more and more. So yeah, we're gonna fast forward to the end of the race here. Okay guys, so yeah, we're at the end of the race here. As you can see, the checkered flag is out, and we'll head back to the pits. And yeah, our final finishing position was 9th. So before the race I had an aim of not last, and I finished not last. I didn't overtake anybody on track, but one guy dropped out with about 8 laps to go. No idea what was behind that. And then obviously the other guy spun into the pit lane, giving us our 2 gained positions. So we'll take it. We didn't finish last. We had a lot of fun and learned a lot. Can't wait for more. Definitely need some more practice. Need to get my times kind of in the 50.5s, I think, and better, to kind of have half a chance of maybe catching someone in front and having a bit of a race. I hope you enjoyed watching, and keep an eye out for more. There's talk of a championship, so obviously I will be entering that and recording the races. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Drop a like, comment below about how rubbish I am and how much better than me you do, and yeah, thank you very much. See you later.